India has set a new national record for the number of COVID-19 tests in a single day. What's more, the fatality rate has fallen further to 2.35%, which is among the lowest in the world. More in the next report. India's fight against COVID-19 is delivering results. The strategy of test, track and treat has succeeded in containing the spread of the coronavirus. For the first time in India, more than 4.2 lakh COVID-19 tests were conducted in a single day. Last week, on an average, 3.5 lakh tests were done per day. The tests per million has increased to 11,485.
Trace, track, test, treat and teamwork. These are the basics of epidemiology for containment of any infective disease. So if we detect the cases early by increasing our testing capacity, we will be able to diagnose the cases early, and thereby these patients can be taken care of early, treated early, and they can be kept in isolation to stop the spread of disease further.
India's recovery rate has shown further improvement. 32,223 people recovered in the last 24 hours. A total of 8,49,431 people have recovered so far. The recovery rate has improved to 63.54%. The difference in the number of active cases and number of people who have recovered has increased to 3,93,360. The number of active cases in India is 4,56,071. The fatality rate is 2.35%, which is among the lowest in the world.
हम मृत्यु को देखें पर मिलियन पॉपुलेशन के हिसाब से तो ये 20.4 है भारत में. ये भी विश्व में सबसे कम मृत्यु दरों में से है.
One reason for this achievement is the increase in the number of laboratories from merely 1 in January 2020 to 1,301 on 25th July. It includes 902 government labs and 399 private labs. 9 states have reported a spike in the number of coronavirus cases. The 9 states are Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal and Assam. The union government has advised states and union territories to keep up the strategy of test, track and treat with aggressive testing. Initially, it may lead to a higher number of daily positive cases, but it would eventually decline, as has been demonstrated in Delhi. Bureau Report, DD India. Alright, so we're discussing about COVID-19 situation in India. So let me delve a bit more into the details just for you, the viewers out there. Let's first bring up the tests per million data for Indian nationals as on 24th July 2020. Now, this gives you the number of tests per million population. That's 10 lakh people in India. Now, let's start with the 1st July there. 1st July, the number was just a shade more than 6,000, which has steadily increased over the last 24 days. On the 24th July, the number was 11,180. So, a steady increase in the number of tests per million Indians as on 24th July 2020. Let's bring up the second graphic, and that gives you a sense of the number of laboratories in India today as we speak. Remember, on 1st July again, the number of laboratories in India was just a shade over 1,000, which has increased again in the last 24 days. And on 24th July, the number was 1,290. Now, this includes both government and private labs, about 800 government labs and 300 plus private labs. So, the steady increase in number of laboratories in India as on 24th July 2020. Let's pull up the third graphic just for you. Now, this talks about India setting a new national record. What is that record? More than 4.2 lakh tests in one single day. Now, in the last 1 week, we've seen 3.5 lakh tests per day over a period of a week or so. And India's strategy is the 3T strategy: test, track and treat, which has proved effective. But more tests could mean more positive cases, but it will decline, as has been demonstrated in New Delhi. And finally, the recovery rate has improved further to 63.54%. Right, moving on to the next graphic we have for you. Let's talk about the Department of Biotechnology of the Government of India. Now, the Department of Biotechnology is leading the National Biopharma Mission. What is the mission about? It is a joint effort between the industry and academia, and $250 million have been earmarked by the government for the National Biopharma Mission, of which 50% will be co-funded by the World Bank. Now, there's one company based out of Pune that's called MyLab Discovery Solutions, and that has scaled up its operation in the last few weeks. Why? Because the company is now producing and developing more COVID-19 testing kits, also known as PathoDetect testing kits. It's received a strategic funding under the National Biopharma Mission. So that's the COVID-19 data as on date from across the country.